With volleyball, Bethlehem Catholic grad Kristen Conway led the Golden Hawks girls volleyball team to 2 district championships in the early 2000s. That was before the outside hitter went on to set records at Syracuse, becoming one of the best volleyball players in Orange program history. The former All-American was back in the Lehigh Valley recently to share some of her wisdom and experiences. Gwen Begley has more.
The City of Easton Recreation Department is bringing in the big guns to kick off their first ever volleyball clinic.
Oh, it's amazing. It's a great feeling when, the mayor and Louis Campos brought me on board and asked me, would you be interested in doing this? I obviously said yes. There's a huge need for this kind of thing for not only the City of Easton, but girls everywhere. There's not a whole lot like this. We have an all-star cast of girl volunteers here, so the girls are going to be learning from the best of the best.
The 4-week clinic featured some familiar local faces to help those both experienced and new to the sport grow a love for the game.
So we're basically just helping them do the basics, getting them through the swing of things, teaching them basic volleyball moves, stay low when you pass, use your hands when you set, having fun.
They're super excited. It was really nice to come in and I've been to camps where the kids don't seem as excited, but we came in and we would bring up drills and they're all like, oh my gosh, we're so excited to play this one, which is really nice. And I think it's really helpful, just as a coach, and to see people excited about the sport and not here just because, their parents told them to be here.
I always use the analogy or the example of, if something is going wrong in your life, or you're studying for a big test, or you do poorly on a test, what do? You go back to your basics, right? And that's the same thing with volleyball and sports. You go back to the basic, you refine that and build off of that and become more and more successful.
Volleyball is the farthest thing from an individual sport. It takes the entire team at all times to be all in to be successful. And that's what this clinic is about, not just teaching those fundamental skills, but teaching the life lessons that these girls can take off of the court.
I cannot stress enough, it is a very mental game. If you pick your teammates up, you're always positive, it will show. And if you make a mistake, you bring that with you, it brings the team down. So working as a team that will carry throughout school, college, the workforce, working, because you're going to be with teams that you may not like, having to work with people you love and then watch them move to other teams, and you're going to have to work with it, and I think it's a great life skill.
Not everybody is going to go on to high school and play. Not everybody's going to be the MVP. They're not going to have the most amount of kills. It's trying to figure out where you are on the team or where you are in life, and that's the skill set, that's the intangible things that you develop through sports, and what we're trying to instill here, that's going to carry them through high school, grade school, high school, and through life.
At Lafayette College, I'm Gwen Begley for the Service Electric Network.
Thanks a lot, Gwen. Now, the clinic was open both to residents of Easton as well as non-residents, and isn't the only athletic camp the Easton Recreation Department plans to hold in the future. This, what Easton hopes, will be just the beginning of the city's efforts to get kids more involved in extracurricular activities. We'll be back to put a bow on this evening's edition of Lehigh Valley Sports Scene right after this.